are requesting our dua. Just now in the class we were talking about very important type of rizq that people do not pay attention to, which is the rizq of being healthy. This rizq is more important than money and many other types of rizq that people look at and they think that the happiest person is the one who has a lot of money. Sometimes Allah might have given you more than what He had given him. So we thank Allah for His ni'mah. We inshallah continue our talk about the wives of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and we have been talking about Sawdah radiallahu anha, Sawdah bin Zum'ah, the second wife after Khadija, and we explained that she was a lot similar to Khadija in many things, in her wisdom, in her strength, in her ability to get along with different people, the children of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then later on the wives of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, without having any conflict with them. And we said she got the honor of staying with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam as one wife for more than 2 years until the hijrah happened, from the age 51 to 53 of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So at the age 53, Prophet Muhammad, as we know, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, performed hijrah from Mecca to Medina with Abu Bakr. Of course, again, we always talk about the story, and we sometimes do not realize how difficult it was to leave your family behind. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam left Sawdah and the children, the daughters, everybody back in Mecca when he did the hijrah. After a while, he sent one of his companions to pick them up and to bring them to Medina. But again, for some time, it's not easy to leave your family, especially in a place that is very hostile, a place that is full of your enemies. So it was difficult for the Prophet ﷺ to leave his wife and kids back in Mecca. Now, after the hijrah, Sawdah came, radiallahu anha, with the children of the Prophet ﷺ. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ got married to Aisha, radiallahu anha. And when Aisha was young, and Sawdah is older, they had this kind of, we'll just tell a story that show you how close they were. Even though normally we said, at our time, or even in general, when you have two wives, do they love each other?
No.
How is the connection between two wives?
They don't want to see each other.
If you don't know, you can try. Just make sure, inshallah, you have your wasiyah ready. So normally the two wives do not like each other because it's a competition, and it's normal. But subhanallah, Sawdah and Aisha radiallahu anhuma were not like this. Just give you this example. One time Aisha made some food and she was still practicing. She's still trying new stuff, and she's not experienced in cooking yet. And she invited the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Sawdah. See, this is how close they were, that she invited the Prophet and Sawdah to her house. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam liked that, when he takes his wives to each other's homes, so they get closer to one another. And it's not like everybody's staying at home and they don't know each other. So Sawdah and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they both went to Aisha's house. Aisha gave the food to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Sawdah. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam took one bite. Sawdah did not want to eat. So the Prophet ﷺ was eating, and then Aisha noticed, radiallahu anha, that Sawdah is not eating. So she said, why are you not eating? Sawdah doesn't say the story, to be honest, why she wasn't eating. Some say she was still scared because Aisha is the new cook. And some say she wasn't hungry, it's just simple. So Sawdah radiallahu anha, she said to Aisha, I'm not hungry, it's okay. He said, no, I insist that you should eat. He said, no, thank you, I don't want to eat. And the Prophet ﷺ was just watching them, sitting in between. So you can imagine the Prophet is in the middle and they are on both sides. So Aisha radiallahu anha, she says to Sawdah, you have to eat. I insist. And Sawdah says, no, I don't want to eat. I'm not hungry. She said, if you don't eat, I'm going to put the food in your face. I'm going to put the food on your face. So Sawdah said, I dare you. I don't think you're going to do that. So Aisha was still young, radiallahu anha. So she put her hand in the food and she smeared it on over Sawdah's face. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is watching. He looked at Sawdah, he said, you have to take your right from her, which means do the same thing. And he backed up. He didn't want to get caught in the middle and between them. And Sawdah radiallahu anha put her finger in the food and he put it on Aisha's face. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ started laughing. And then everybody started laughing. See, these things will keep the families together. Nobody took it seriously. It was a joke. And everybody was laughing. And the Prophet ﷺ wanted that to happen, to keep them always closer. Even though the big difference in age, they used to do that. And the Prophet ﷺ used to laugh at this whole thing, to teach them that, to be connected, to be close to one another, and to love one another for the sake of Allah is greater than any other connection that, having the same husband or something like that. May Allah keep us on the straight path. And this is how the Prophet ﷺ used his wisdom to deal with his multiple wives. Until the last day, they all loved him and they all loved each other. There were some times of jealousy, no doubt. We're going to talk about Aisha radiallahu anha. Inshallah, she is the third wife, and how she breaks the plate. You probably have heard the story. You heard the story?
Yes.
She breaks the plate. Yeah, she makes food and she breaks the plate. She gets upset. So we're going to talk about that. These things do happen. It's not that we can stop it from happening. But what we can do is the way we react. How do we treat this situation? How the Prophet ﷺ dealt with these situations. This is our role model. And this is the way we should be dealing with the people around us. May Allah keep us on the straight path. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta.